Hey gang, I just thought I'd give you an update on how things are going for season 3, and they really are coming together. But before actually I get to that, I just wanted to tell you about in Canada. Just last week was the deadline for the Independent Production Fund application, where filmmakers from across the country were putting together proposals, and so because this IPF, they've really helped make a lot of web series here in Canada, like Ruby Sky PI and our fellow Canadian Screen Awards nominees, like the winner Guidestones and Space Janitors and Prison Dancer the musical. So it's a really amazing funding program. Ed with Dad was never eligible for it. That's why we've never tapped into it. But anyway, Jonathan Robbins, who's playing Nathan in season 3, and the creator for Clutch, he and I are put in an application for a show called Dance by Day. And it's about modern dancers here in Toronto and trying to make a living as a dancer. And but when your funding is threatened, that how does that impact these people? And there'll be a lot of LGBT characters and people of different ethnicities and age and gender. I really think it's going to be a beautiful story, and I'm really glad that Jonathan has welcomed me into this project and let me be a part of it as co-director. And we put together this trailer that I've got running here. I'd love it if you gave it a watch, because one of the things that is going to matter is to the IPF is they want to be able to see that we can build an audience, and so by you guys clicking here and watching this, that'll really help us. But I also wanted to mention this one other trailer that my friend Danny Barker, she put together. She's an LGBT filmmaker and an actress and an amazing editor. Her editing makes me laugh. I love how she works, and so she's put together a project. She's also pitching, and her project is called Try Curious. And I don't want to say too much about it. I think the trailer says enough, but check it out. It's really sweet and funny looking. But anyway, about season 3. So we are in the middle of pre-production right now, and that's the phase in filmmaking where it's it's not just the script writing, but it's also when we're sorting out locations, locking down the schedule, booking actors, all that kind of stuff. Production is going to begin on March 24th. And I cannot wait. We're going to probably do it. It'll be over a 20-day period, more or less. Starting March 24th, we want to wrap in about early May, sorry. And we've got the funding, thanks to you guys, and thanks to our sale in France Télévisions and other sources as well. But the bulk of it is coming from you guys, and I think that that's really amazing. I really believe in this is the future for funding for entertainment, is that the audience is paying what they can. And you guys really have. So we've got the funding for pre-production and production, but we don't have enough for post-production. And that's the third and final stage of making a film or web series. And that's when basically, editing, music, color correction, visual effects, all those things are happening. Some people, I don't think, realize just how important post-production is. It's actually, that's when the show's really made. I mean, production, sure, that's when we collect all the footage and all the acting and everything happens, but without post-production, it's just a bunch of files sitting on my hard drive. We don't have the funding to do post-production yet. I'm not worried about it because you guys are still being generous. You guys are still donating, and if you can't donate, you're sharing the show, because I think it's important that the more people that see Out with Dad, the better chances of spreading its message of its positive message of acceptance and love, and also people that can donate may donate. So it's really important that if you can't donate yourself, that you share the show, and that all important outwithdad.com/contribute. I mean, that's a very important link for us. So I mean, if you can't donate yourself, then just following that link, or sharing that link would be really important. So I guess I haven't really answered the question that we're all curious about, and that is, when is season 3 going to come out? And the thing is, I actually don't know how to answer that question, and that's because without the funding for post-production, I don't know when post-production is going to be. So if I'm not working on Out with Dad, then I'll be working on other paid gigs. My cat's joining me. So so that means then if I don't have the funding for season 3, then I can't work on it, because then I have to work on other projects, like corporate videos or things that pay, right? So I hate the idea that it might sound like we're going to shoot things and then hold the episodes hostage. That's not my idea, but that's kind of how it sounds. So we're going to get it done, but it's going to take more help and more fundraising, and we'll get that done. But I think confidently that we'll get this done still in 2013. I mean, my dream would be to put out our first episodes by the end of summer. So that's not a promise. That's just that's a goal, and we'll see where it goes. But we can achieve that goal with your help by your contributions and your sharing of Out with Dad. So there. So I hope I haven't talked too much.